Hello everyone, how are you all? Hope you are doing great and learning this language great way. So friends, do you want to speak in English? Do you want to start English speaking journey? But you are in dilemma that what to do? What are the things by using that I can start my English speaking journey? There are so many things. By using that you can start your English speaking journey. There are multiple methods. By using that you can start. But I will tell you the best method. By using that you can start, and not only you will start, but also if you are trying it, then you will be fluent one day. So what you can do? So as I told you, there are so many things. There are multiple ways by using that you can start, but I would prefer one thing, that is translation method. Yes, if you are a beginner, if you don't know anything about English, that what to start, how I can able to speak in English, then start by translating. Yes, you heard it right. So friends, if you are translating in your head first from your mother tongue to English, then you are doing good. You don't have to think that if you are doing this, then you are in wrong path. No, you are doing great, because if you are a beginner, then of course you will translate first from your mother tongue to English and then you will speak, because you don't know anything. You have just started. And if you are thinking that many people say that if you are translating, then this is not a good process, this is not a good thing, because if you will translate in your head first and then after you speak, then it affects your fluency. But this is not for you, because you are a beginner, you are not in a intermediate level. So I would recommend you, if you are just thinking that you have to start your English speaking journey, and there are so many things you have already watched, and the things are bothering you, that and you are in confusion that how to start. I really don't know. There are various methods and I don't know. So follow translating method. Yes, there are various methods, like you can learn English by listening, by reading good books, by which you can see how to construct the sentence structure. But if I would if I'm talking about translating method, then if you are listening anything in Hindi and then after you are translating, then it is good. Like if I'm taking one example, like मैं घर जा रहा हूँ, then if you are translating like this, मैं, that is I, घर, that is house or home, and जा रहा हूँ means present continuous. If you are thinking, I know this is present continuous tense, but if you are a beginner, then you will think like this. So you will translate it that I am going to home or house. Then it is okay. If you are translating this, then it is okay, because you are a beginner. In I When I had started, then in my initial days I used to speak like this. See, if I would say that you don't have to translate, you have to just think in your mind and you have to give the response, then how it could be possible if you are a beginner? Like if I would say a long sentence, then you are not going to speak. As I am telling you that मैं घर जा रहा हूँ, then it is obvious, because we always use these kind of sentences. Then you can say, of course, I'm going to house, or I'm going to home. मैं बाजार जा रहा हूँ, I'm going to the market. You can say. But if I would take another example like long sentences, then you will think, of course you will think first in your head that what is the helping word, what is the English of this word or that word. There are so many things you will have to think in English. First you will think in your head, in your mind actually, and then you will trying to translate from your mother tongue, whatever your mother tongue is, Hindi, Marathi, it could be anything. Then you will translate and then you will speak, and of course it will take time. If you are a beginner, then you don't have to think about time actually. Everything takes time. Yes, if you are thinking that if you have started from today and tomorrow you will be able to speak in English, then this is you are thinking wrong. This is not going to happen actually, because everything takes the time. And if you are doing this continuously, then of course one day you will be able to speak in English fluently. But if you are thinking that over over the night or within 1 week, within 1 month, you will be fluent, and if you don't know anything, then this is not possible actually. This is not possible. Remember, one thing always, that if you have started, then of course if you are doing, if you are giving your 100% efforts, then of course you are going to learn this. But you will have to be a consistent. Yes, consistency is the key to success, I always say to you. So if you are doing, if you are translating, this is the things that I want to tell you, that if you are translating, then of course translation method is good. Don't think too much that people say that translation method is not good. No, if you are able to speak by translating, then what is the loss of this process? So don't think about anything, that if you are translating, then of course it is good. And by translating you can learn, I would say. When I was a beginner, then I used to do this. I used to see my surrounding, I used to watch my surrounding, and whatever things I used to see, then I used to find out that what is the meaning, what is the English word of this thing, that thing. And then I used to Google, and after finding the English word, I used to try to make sentences. Yes, at least 2 to 3 sentences you have to construct. And if you are doing it, then believe me, you are going to, of course, you are going to speak English. Gradually, it will take time, of course, but if you are doing it on the regular basis, then you are going to learn. And if you are translating, then of course, 10 to 20, 1 month, 2 months, it will take time, of course. And but after some months you will see that without translating you are going to speak. And of course friends, nothing is impossible, the word itself says I am possible. So don't think too much that English is a rocket science. English is, there are so many rules, there are so many vocabulary we have to learn for speaking. No, of course there are so many rules, but if you are a beginner and if you just want to speak, you don't think that there are so many things you have to follow. No, if you are a beginner, then you just have to learn basic English grammar rules, means tenses, only active voice. You don't have to think about passive voice, causative, and syntax, conditional sentences. No, you don't have to think about this. If you are a beginner, you just have to think about active voice. And if you are learning active voice, then after move on any other topic. But if you are a beginner, then you have to just think about active voice. Active voice is enough for speaking. Yes, and you have to just speak for communication. You don't have to become a public speaker. So start from today onwards. आज से शुरू करिए और tenses पढ़ना शुरू करिए, like was, and speaking practice करिए daily. 1 hour it could be a long time duration, but 30 minute और 15 minute डेली बेसिस पे 15 मिनट बोलना शुरू करिए. कैसे बोल सकते हैं, कैसे प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं? ओके, आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल. आई एम सिटिंग हियर and I am watching my surrounding. There are so many things. There are birds, trees. There are so many things. I can watch. I can see. Actually, you can see. And there are so many things I am watching here. And how I can practice here. Now, I can see birds are flying. If I would talk about how you can practice, then I'm sitting here. Then what I can do? I can just think and I can speak to myself that after making this video, what I have to do, I have to write something, or I have to study about these things or that things, or there are so many things you can practice. By watching this nature, by seeing this nature, you can practice so many things. If I would talk about how you can practice on the daily basis, what you should practice, so you can practice your daily routine. You can talk about yourself. You can practice on the mirror, that you have to think that mirror image is another person and you are speaking to him. That you can say, when did I wake up in the morning? Okay, when did I wake up in the morning? And then you have to assume that your mirror image is second person and he is speaking that I woke up in the morning at 6 a.m. And then after what I did then after, then you can say after that whatever you have done, you can mention it. So by using your daily routine, you can practice to yourself. Okay, this is the things. This is and another hand, what you can do, you can practice by speaking anything. Like you have to take one object and then after you have to describe that object. Like if I would talk about what you can do for this, actually if you have if you are taking your phone, then there are so many things you can talk to your phone, that wow, my phone is so beautiful, this color is red, black, blue, anything. And I use my phone for YouTube purpose or for WhatsApp, anything you can say. So by using that you can practice by yourself. And of course I have told you that you have to listening at least 30 minutes. I always force you that you have to listen at least 30 minutes. What will happen when you listen? When you will listen, then your mind will consume English. And whenever you are consuming English, then you will give the output in English. So I always force you that you have to listen at least 30 minutes in your whole day in English. Anything, it could be anything like English speeches, English podcast. There are so many things which you can listen. Like there are so many, if you are searching on YouTube that English speeches, then you will find various speeches in English. And but you have to pick up Indian people. You have to listen Indian people, because when you will watch and listen foreign people, then you will not going to, of course, understand. There are so many things. By listening you can learn English. There are so many podcasts available on YouTube. There are so many speeches. If you are searching English speeches, then you will find multiple speeches in English, but you have to pick up only Indian people. Yes, you don't have to watch and listen foreign peoples, because they are speaking in another way. So you have to listen only Indian people. And believe me, if you are doing it, if you are translating, first you are translating. See, what you have to do, you have to translate. Like if I'm talking about that तुम कल कहाँ गए थे, then if you are not translating and if you are a beginner, then how it could be possible that you can speak without translating? Not at all. Because पहले आप टेंस सोचेंगे, फिर इंग्लिश सोचेंगे कि क्या क्या कौन सा कैसे यूज करना है, पहले सब्जेक्ट and then verb, helping verb. You have to think like this. So this is the things, by using that you can start. So I am telling you that if you are thinking that translation method is good, not good, then you are thinking wrong. Of course, it is good and it is the best method for a beginner. So do it for some days and you will see the change. Of course, if you are translating and if you are doing it on the daily basis, then of course you are going to learn this. Believe me. So don't think that if people say that translation method is not good, it affects your fluency. So don't think about this, because you don't have to fluent right now, because you have to just speak, because you have started. So anyhow, you have to try to speak. Don't try to become a fluent English speaker if you have just started. Of course, after some days, after some months, you are going to learn everything and you will be a fluent English speaker. But if you have just started and you are thinking that you are going to learn English by overnight or after some days, after some week, then this is not going for you, because you are a beginner. And being a beginner, it is your duty that practice, 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 because there is no any other option. If you are learning grammar rules, and if you are thinking that after learning this grammar rule you have to translate, yes, translation method is good method. You have to just think about your surrounding, and whatever you are watching, you have to just find out the English word and you have to try to translate. Like चिड़िया चहचहा रही हैं, if I am here, then I can see. So you can translate it. So if you are translating in this way, then you are going to learn this. So don't think too much. Start your English speaking journey. And if you are translating in starting, then of course it is good. I have learned it by translating. So that I am telling you now that of course you can. When I was a beginner, then I used to speak by translating. Yes. So if I can, then of course you can. So start your English speaking journey by translating. And don't think about people who say that translation method is not good. If you are a beginner, then it is going to very helpful for you. There are various methods. I know by using that you can start your English speaking journey, and of course you can learn. But if you are a beginner, then if you are translating, then this is the best method. And of course you will learn easily by this method. So okay friends, that's all about this video. See you in the next video. Till then, happy learning.